What is going on, Wolfpack? Savage here. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down, spectating, and analyzing a viewer-submitted gameplay. Before we dive into the video, though, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, join the Wolfpack today. Also, let's destroy the like button, get this video to 2,000 likes. And as always, you guys are looking for some people to play with who actually utilize comms, make sure you join our Discord community and utilize the Looking for Groups pages to your advantage. Go out there and shit on some noobs. But let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay. All right, here we are spectating RJ and Sadan. And they are trying to run Superstore right now. Both of them have ground loot FFARs, which is my favorite ground loot weapon. So I'm vibing with it, bro. Pretty good start, dude. The last thing I want to do is run into an LMG. That's bro. I hate when I'm Superstore dropping and everyone's got an FFAR and I'm stuck with like this big ass LMG that's slow to ADS. It's just slow to play with. I freaking hate it. I hate it. All right, but Orange is in the middle of the shit right now. He's got two targets that are shooting at him. Well, one now, the other one just disappeared. We need to go ahead and get to him and help him out instantly. I wouldn't even worry about getting plates. Make your way to your boy. He needs your help. Thankfully, when we dove up on top of the boxes, we revealed our position, and the enemy, instead of focusing our teammate, who was almost dead, focused us instead, which gave our teammate a perfect opportunity. So guys, when you're working Superstore, you want to stay somewhat together. Now, duos isn't that bad. You can go off solo duoing for sure. That's not that hard, but trios and quads, just make sure you're staying somewhat close. That way, if one of your teammates does get into combat and he needs your help, you're right on the corner to help him out. May have spoke too soon. We have another enemy here. Nice. I love the slide around the corner. Just go ahead and lock right onto that dude's ankles. All right, unfortunately, our teammate goes down. I'm surprised he's not executed yet, but you want to get eyes on him. Oh, there he is right there. You want to get eyes on where your teammate went down in case the enemy does put himself in the open like he is right now, or in case the enemy goes around the corner and try to execute your teammate. That way you can get shots on the enemy, maybe suppress them so your teammate can call to safety, or maybe even just get the kill. Now, we don't know if this is the duo of the guy we just killed. It could be the duo, or it could be a whole different team. So just be aware that there may be another enemy. So we need to get the res off as fast as possible. I'm very surprised the enemy ran away from this fight. The enemy in the position he was in was a fair 1v1 fight. He should have played the entire situation, but instead he ran off. He allowed us to get the res, and now he's back into a 2v1, which is good for us, bad for him. Remember, guys, if you're outnumbered, if you're playing solo duos and you down one guy, make sure you try to play that position. You don't want to sit there and try to go for the execution by putting yourself out in the open, but you also don't want to run all the way around the building, change your position so much to where the enemy you just down is able to get rezzed up and you're again outnumbered. But there's another kill, no team wipe. So there could be two Joe Blows randomly running around this bitch. All right, so right now, what do you want to do? Well, I'd go ahead and grab the scavenger objective. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Savage! But Savage, why are we grabbing the scav? We have enough money for the loadout. Well, you do for now, right? But there's possibly two people running around. There's definitely one person running around. What happens if he kills you right now? You lose your money. You're gone. That's it. But if you pick up the scav now and you end up dying, you can land back on the scavs, get that money back, and then buy your loadout. Or, you know, best case scenario, there is nobody here. You go buy your loadout, you buy a UAV, and then you do the scavs and buy more shit, right? It's never going to hurt to pick up a scavenger objective, especially when there are enemies around. So at this point here, we've got the inside cleared out. What I would be doing instead of looting right now, again, is buy a loadout. That's a given. But if you don't want to buy a loadout right now, you can go to the rooftop and try to clear out the immediate area. Get the high ground, get the vantage point, see if anybody's around us, and then play it safely. But, you know, there wasn't anybody around us. Now there is. Holy shit. That was good reaction time by RJ getting the hell out of that, bro. He was getting eaten up. Instantly dove off. I like that. All right, but he wasn't instant. He may have dropped his teammate off, which is exactly what he did, thankfully. And because we were close to each other, even though we went down, we didn't get executed, and our teammate was right up our ass to go ahead and get the res off. Great. But again, we need to buy the loadout. Need to buy it. Play it up, get to the buy station, get that loadout as fast as possible, because it's not going to get any easier. And what I mean by it's not going to get any easier is you have to rotate to the northeast. Well, so does everybody to our right-hand side. Everyone over here's got to rotate as well. So guess what that means? That means everyone from Boneyard, everyone from train station, everyone from the hotel right here, everyone from Storage Town, they all have to come our way. So there's going to be a huge probability that you're going to have a lot of teams on your ass. So again, you don't want to get a loadout just to get a bunch of kills, just to play passive, but you especially want to get a loadout in this position so you don't get put in a position to where you're having to fight multiple teams with basic ass guns. But I'll stop talking about loadouts. We just got one. Shut up about a Savage, you piece of shit. There's a guy coming in. There he is. Don't understand what he was doing there at all. Guy landed right back on his body for literally no reason. All right, so now we have our loadout. I like the fact that we have a UAV going up and we're sitting here trying to decide where to go. He's going to go ahead and ping this target is what it looks like. And I think that's a good decision. We could kill these two guys and then rotate in and kill the third target if we want. And of course, yes, the gas is pushing everyone out. But because we have 3 minutes left before the circle collapses, we have a little bit of time to play. So I would go out there and get some kills. But I like the fact that he's in his map. Now, we have a bounty on us. Helicopters above. Oh, they're full sending, boys. Oh, yeah, went from level 1 to level 3 real fast. So we got to get the hell out of here. Now, this team's going to play aggressive. You can kind of judge their gameplay on what they're about to do. Because of just how they full sent their chopper to the grave to come after us, I would imagine they're going to jump off the roof and come chase us. So saying that, you could hold this angle and play this, or maybe they're not. Maybe I got a little too amped. I like the fact that blue saw the ping above him. So he's changing his position. That way they can't pinch him from behind. But yeah, they went from full sending to doing absolutely nothing. And if you look and pay attention to the guy right here, the arrow on the mini map is facing down, which means the enemies are below you. So this enemy is now on the ground level. So utilize again the UAV pings to your advantage. And again, guys, if you didn't know, the arrows that are above the red dot mean the target's above you according to the UAV. The arrow that's below it means the enemy's below you. If you guys didn't know that, I know there's a lot of people that don't. I'm letting you guys know right now that is a thing. Now, I did see in another video, someone in the comment section did say, oh shit, I thought the arrows was the direction they were facing. Wrong. Definitely not the direction they're facing. It's the elevation of the enemy. Remember, now it's just kind of a waiting game. We kind of have the advantage now because the enemies are spread out. And because we know the guy in the front on the ground level, me and Orange, or the guy we're spectating Orange, should go out there and fight this guy. Again, if the enemies are separated, you guys need to utilize that to your advantage. Unfortunately, it looks like the enemies are actually driving away. Possibly. Nope. He's baiting. See, I would have fallen for that. I'm going to be honest. So one of the teammates got in the vehicle to bait it around to make it seem like they were leaving. Crew, we're in the middle of something. That's not my friends list. That's his. Sorry, crew. Don't mean to be mean. But here we are again in a 2v1. What's the truck gonna do? They're just kind of sitting there. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Chop.
They're bailing away. Now, as far as that team's concerned, they should have pushed them together. They should have played this together. Them separating as hard as they did, clearly it wasn't for them. Clearly they don't have the skill level to do that. And again, not hating on them. A lot of us don't have skill levels for certain things, but you guys need to be honest with yourself and tell yourself, am I good in a 1v2? If not, I'm not separating from my teammate. I'm gonna make sure I'm so far up his ass, he can smell my intestines. All right, but right now we have a minute before the circle fully collapses. So at this point, I would start focusing on rotation. We could sit here and gatekeep this team on the roof, but I would not push the team on the roof. They're going to be sitting up there, and it's going to take us a lot longer than 50 seconds to go up to the building, walk all the way up, and fight them. As you can see right now, they're going to have to leave in about 6 seconds. They're on our level again. How do I know where they're at? Besides him just pinging them, because on the mini map, there's no arrow above or below, which means he's on the same elevation we are, which is exactly why RJ was focused up on the window, which is exactly why we're set up in a position to kill this team. But not only focus on these guys, but there's also a guy to our right-hand side at gas station that's also, or was appearing on the radar, who's now in the vehicle driving away. Driving towards us, actually. We could probably shoot and kill this dude. Let's go, baby! What song is this? It's like some song with the 80s. I like this. What is this? Okay. All right, but right now we have our free loadout drop. Let's go ahead and get Ghost Class and get out of here. Get the hell out of this bitch. Try the first one, the second one. Now this window. This is the one we're going to go through. All right, here we are. Finally, we're in pursuit right now of another vehicle. They hopped out. This should be an easy kill. You saw him on the other side of the wall. But we're going to go ahead and get the high ground, which is probably the better play, honestly. To be real with you guys, I probably would have just jumped around the corner and tried to ego challenge him. But this is probably the smarter play. I don't know how many enemies are in that vehicle. I would imagine a full team. Let's see what happens. Oh, he was baiting so hard.
way.
All right, so as far as that... So as far as this team's concerned right here, the enemy team, they played that kind of smart. One guy was on the second floor roof, kind of baiting his own teammate. And the moment that Orange jumped down, he shot him in the back. But luckily, we were close enough to go ahead and contest him and help our teammate out and ultimately win the fight. So I really love the play that they did. They attempted. I love the play that our team did. And now here we are with another team up our ass because it's the edge of the circle. Surprise, surprise. I love the fact that despite getting shot at from one direction, we play it as we move and we hold a different direction, changing our position. Love the dead silence push. I love it.
Jag hör någon. De är på baksidan av huset. Du vill döda dem typ. Jag går upp på taket igen.
Now that enemy right there was looting. He was in the middle of looting. Knowing there's enemies near, he was sitting there looting up. Big mistake. Stop it. Stop it! Why players loot in the middle of fights beyond me? Now, dead silence is awesome because enemies can't hear your footsteps, but make sure when you're popping deady, you turn up your volume a little bit on your headset so you can hear other footsteps as well. Footsteps are actually a lot louder than you think. It's just most of the time they're muffled down by your own big ass flopper feet. Well, we've got the enemy's plates broken. We know he's probably in the garage on the other side of the garage. Go ahead and push up there and take advantage of well, the intel that we know. There's one down. There's the second one. Savage, stop pausing the video. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Look, this guy right here. Why did he challenge us right here? Why did he leave? Or he just literally sitting there smiling at us as he comes around the corner. Play the corner, play your angles. If you know there's a team right here executing your boyfriend, just play the angle and get some shots off. There's no reason for you to leave cover to go out in the open 10 feet away from the wall. That's just crazy. No bunny hop, no sidestepping, no nothing. Just literally just, hey guys, I'm here to play. What's up? No, this is Call of Duty. This isn't Fortnite. Savage just hate on Fortnite. What a bitch. It is what it is. All right, it's going to be a core ending for sure. For sure. Core endings are awesome. I love core endings because you don't really have to focus on rotating right away, right? I mean, look at all the compounds, look at all the cover, the different rotation positions, the possibilities are endless. It's probably one of my favorite endings, to be honest. It's the same team that we killed the first time. The TT dickheads. All right, so we got it down. We also have a cluster strike. Now, I'm not one to waste a cluster strike on a down. However, with that being said, there's a teammate going for the res, so you could either A, launch the cluster strike, which is a 50-50 shot to kill both of them, or B, jump down there and try to pick the guy with the res off. Me, per se, I'd probably jump down there and try to shoot the guy and get the kill and save the cluster, but it's up to you. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. And remember, because he's down, you don't want to waste too much time. You want to capitalize on it instantly. If you have a knock and you have a chance to push them while the other player's going for the res, you need to do so. The last thing you want to do is put yourself in a position to have to 1v2 again. Not to mention, they just came back from the gulag. There's a chance they do have their weapons, but there's also a chance they don't. I think the guy we killed hadn't had a chance to pick up his shit yet. But because of the downtime, he probably will have his weapons now. I like the fact that even though we're on the rooftop trying to focus up on bank, we're still staying aware of everything around us. All right, fortunately, our teammate went his gulag. Now, what I would have my teammate do is kind of just hover around the top. Not too low, just high enough to where you can't get shit on. And see if you can see any live ping. See if you can ping any enemies running on the outside. That way we can come up with a better game plan. Now, we could sit on the roof and gatekeep this team. But there's a huge chance they're going to get inside the vehicle and drive away. Where did they go? They got to be sitting inside bank, right? Sitting there hiding, scared shitless. Or do they just spontaneously combust and I missed out on that?
Let's go.
All right. All right, here we are driving into the next zone. I don't have any idea where this team went. They probably made a better play and rotated out of here. I didn't see them when we were peeking the ridge, but there's a high chance, a high probability that they did because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell happened to them. I'm gonna be honest. Mind blown.
Hackers.
All right, here we are in a position fighting a team pretty long range. This team is at the warehouse over here where the buy station usually is, where the vehicle is, what we're looking at right now. The team's over here. Now, I'm not a huge fan of picking fights like this, unless you have a sniper, mostly because if we do get a pick, the chance of them crawling to safety is pretty high. So you're just going to be sitting there playing tit for tat. You break their plates, they break your plates. And because we're quarry, there's a huge chance that other teams may push in on us and kill us. So once we're in quarry, I would go ahead and start pushing live pings like we have right here on the mini map. We know there's an enemy over here by the bounty. Let's go ahead and up there and push him, his teammate, as well as the people he's shooting at. Remember, take advantage of the intel that you have and capitalize on it. Don't waste your time with these long tit for tats that are going to result in either your death or no change at all. No kills, no nothing. You got to be careful because we know there's people here. And there could be multiple teams. There probably is. There's still 12 enemy teams left in a quarry ending. I would imagine half the teams are probably already in quarry.
En till. Crackad tror jag. Han pushar mig. Ja, han är crackad.
Nice. Solid 10 out of 10 of a burp right there, brother. All right. The most dangerous buy station in the game, in my opinion, right here. Right here. Yeah, be very careful. Get in, get out. Don't think about it. Don't high five no one. Get the hell out of Dodge. I think we're being invaded by aliens right now. What the All right. Let's talk about the ending and where to go. So, this is the moment that's crucial. Quarry endings are amazing if you've got good position. So, the spot you need to be is going to be up here. That's a given. Duh, Savage, we already knew that. Well, good. I'm glad you knew that, but you need to get there now. You need to get there now. Don't waste any time trying to get to this position. I'll take this Big Bertha and just go ahead and hightail out of here. I get you have a bounty. That's cool. But in this position here, the last thing you want to do is get caught up in quarry. Have some random shit happen to where you're fighting the bounty. Another team comes up behind you. You get in a long, drawn-out fight. Gas is closing in. And now there's another team already up here gatekeeping you because you have to run out in the open. So you want to avoid situations like that. It's pretty hot in quarry. I like quarry, but when it's time to get out, it's time to get out. And I think it's time to get out. Bounty's cool, but what are you going to do with money when you kill the bounty once the circle collapses? Because there's no more buy stations. There's no buy stations in the next zone. So once we go to the bounty, if we kill them, cool, we get the kill. But if we run the risk of getting third party or gate kept, I don't know if it's worth. I would rather be focused on position, especially since our teammate does have a sniper. He can supply some really good cover fire. All right, here we go. Hopefully buying UAV. Now we should buy the UAV, throw it in the air, pick up our streak, boom, and then our teammate can hold on reserve. You can already see people on the mini map and on the big map that he pulled up getting position. You can already see people up here holding this spot. People at the buy station that are probably going to walk up here and hold this spot. These guys will probably try to get up here. So again, you want to get to this position too. The last thing you want to do is get an uphill battle with these guys right here. It's the last thing. Again, I'd rather be the guy up top. I'm shooting down on the enemies and the guy at the bottom shooting at the enemies that have the high ground. Sorry, my husky's giving me some attitude right now.
Oh. Höger. Han är där. En är där bakom det där huset.
All right, notice how he downed the enemy. Instead of just going in there for the execute, he realized there's another enemy nearby, and he didn't want to put himself out in the open to get the kill. And then he came around the side, finished off a teammate, which gave him both kills. I love it. And again, that seems pretty basic, but 90% of the games we spectate, people are literally putting themselves in a terrible position just to tunnel vision on the guy they downed and get that one kill. But don't forget, we still have two enemies also that were on the ridges behind us. This guy's driving around. I would go ahead and get that position. Again, finish gatekeeping people that are in quarry as well as the guys that are below us to the north.
Jag såg mycket röra sig I skogen, alltså det är lite teams här och var. Som myror.
So if you run into a position in game where you run into a Big Bertha, shoot the shit out of it as much as you can. Don't wait for him to get near you. Don't wait for him to try to run you over. The moment you can see him in your crosshair, you shoot him. Shoot that Big Bertha and blow it up as fast as possible. The last thing you want to do is have this Big Bertha at the end of the game bully the shit out of you, undamaged, and then he just flattens both of you guys. So make sure you're contesting Big Berthas at all times. And again, we're staying focused in this area because we did see two more dots up here. We know they're around here somewhere. There's a chance they may have gotten killed by another team, but I'm not so sure of that. There's still 5 enemy teams left. I like the fact that we're looking around trying to see if we can bait any sniper glints. Nothing so far. Circle's relatively decent. It's not that bad. We don't have to push across the ice ravine, which is nice. There he is. So we knew they were here. So good on the teammate for noticing that and pinging it up. Unfortunately, we don't have a sniper. The FFR is a great build, but I don't feel like it's good enough to be taking on snipers at this range, especially with this much cover. And again, don't waste your cluster streaks. You may need a cluster when you have to push out into a bad spot, depending on where the next circle goes. So I like the fact he's holding on to it instead of wasting it. These guys are bailing out the fight. I really wouldn't try to chase after them because then you all have to dive down too. Go ahead, get position, and when these guys walk up the ravine, you guys can just shoot down on them. So basically, long story short, if you guys went ahead and rotated this position, when you see these guys in the ravine, you guys could just look down on them and shoot them in the head. But again, there's no rush to rotate right now. There really isn't. 4 enemy teams left. We have a lot of cover. We have a lot of ridges. We're relatively safe. We can take our time. In game, the last thing I'm gonna do is rush a rotation, end up center circle, and then having to fight 3 teams at once. That happens a lot. Most players think they have to rotate to the end circle, get dead center in order to win the game. That couldn't be further from the truth. Slow down your gameplay a lot at the end game. Don't freeze up. Just slow down. There's one knock. Diving back to pop the reload, and teammate comes in with the next kill. Good, love it. All right, but now we do need to move. We don't have to move across yet, but I definitely recommend working my way that way. All right, right now we need to get across. We're in a bad spot. We got a lot of cover. We got some rocks and things like that. One thing we could do, since it's a little late to rotate, is we can wait for the 2 teams to fight each other. The moment we hear suppressed shots, or the moment we hear shots at all, go ahead and push across. That means the enemies are distracted. That gives us our window of opportunity. We can push across to safety. Let's see where the next circle goes. There it is. It does favor the other side. We've got to try our best to get across safe. Now, what comes into play in situations like this is teamwork, 100%. The moment someone shoots at you, both of you guys need to be looking at the enemy, suppressing each other. Both of you guys. Here we go, playing the edge of the circle, trying to get up. I think they can. Pretty sure they can. Good shit. I was close, man. If you couldn't make it up there, y'all would have been screwed. You had to go across the bridge, and then you would die. So good. Up. Look at this guy. Not even shooting at us. He said, hey, what's up, RJ? I'm going to let you kill me real quick so you can get a free win. There you go. Bro, what? Why didn't he shoot Sadan? I don't know. It's stupid. All right, but ladies and gentlemen, here we are in a 2v2 situation. Shit is getting intense. We have a little ravine we got to cross real quick. Boop. Here we go. Pushing across. Now, the ping is a good spot, but I think that's where he's predicting the enemy to be at. And honestly, if I was the enemy, it's exactly where I would be at. Especially after hearing the suppressed shots. They know you're over here. They're going to be waiting and ready if they're paying attention. All right, call outs out. There's the ping right there. We get the knock. I love it. The knock with the cluster strike to suppress them. It's in game. Why not? And all we got to do is wait for the enemies to scatter like ants. Teammate can go in. We can't go in, unfortunately, because of the cluster. We don't want to kill ourselves. And Orange gets the knock. And then Orange goes down. We need to push across now. Cluster strike is done. We need to push across. Try to win this off. Don't allow it to be a 1v1 situation and allow the enemy team to kill you. Did he get the res off? He did not. Now it's a 1v1. We got the high ground. We have the vantage point. All we got to do is wait. We got thermite we could utilize as well. Let's see what happens. He's pushing in with the down. This should be a GG, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. GG, RJ. GG, brother. RJ, thank you for submitting the gameplay, brother. Guys, I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please destroy the like button, subscribe today, and share it with your friends. Please. Especially if they're making the mistakes that we're witnessing people make on the day-to-day basis. Again, the whole process of becoming a better player at any video game or any sport or any activity is to practice and identify your weaknesses and turn them into a strength. But guys, as always, thank y'all so much for the support on the channel. Y'all have been absolutely overwhelming. I appreciate it. Now let's go ahead and get this video to 2,000 likes. But till next time, you have a good one and good luck in Warzone. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out one of these 2 bangers right here. And as always, subscribe by clicking that icon. But until next time, you have a good one and good luck in Warzone.